get you anything to eat?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the shrimp basket.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Get these menus out of
Yeah,
your
you
way.
can take them. Yeah.
Awesome.
What's going on? We could do tapping in with y'all so we could do a lunchtime Q&A if y'all interested. Lunchtime Q&A, home care, assisted living, independent living, or just general questions, you know, about entrepreneurship and getting your businesses up and running. I'm here, so feel free to post any questions you got in the comment section. I mean, if you don't got questions, comments, whatever, you know, feel free. Still got a discount code out there, 40 feels good. Go to the store, AlanChaney.com, and that discount code still works. 40 feels good, because I just turned 40 on Saturday. So I did a discount code for everybody can take advantage of the opportunities on the website at discounted rates. Any questions out there? We don't got many people in here yet, so we'll see. I'll stay on here for the duration of my lunch so we can. I don't think I stay on long enough and wait for people to get on here. Like if it ain't like a nice amount of people, as soon as I open it up, I'll be like, nobody's interested. So I usually just hang up, but I'm gonna stay on here, you know what I mean, for the duration of my lunch, and then you know, wait for you guys to drop y'all's questions and stuff like that. The discount code is 40 feels good. I'm posting it right now so y'all can see it. So, how y'all doing out there? Got a couple people on here. How y'all doing? How y'all making out? How has y'all's first Corona summer been? If you on here, that means you survived it. A lot of people didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like very close to me. People taking real families are taking real losses. Oh, Freddie. Man, I think I remember your name, homie. Truthfully, from back in the day. But or maybe it's to somebody else. It's your last name that look familiar. But the question is, how are things going for you, your business, I guess. Going for you business wise. I've seen in other groups where people are having hard times with finding new residents. We not totally occupied. We got a couple beds, but for the most part, it's a normal. It feels normal. It doesn't feel any different. So then we don't have a high rate of vacancy. So just beyond normal. As far as people bringing new ones, you know, getting new clients. A lot of families are pulling their loved ones out of like nursing homes or bigger facilities and looking for smaller facilities. So that's an opportunity for us because we only buy single family homes and do, you know, 8 beds is our max. I mean, that's like my sweet spots. Between like 5 and 8 beds. So families kind of like want that opposed to the big stuff. Because I mean, the more people, the more chances you're gonna get COVID. So the people that we work with, we actually work with the placement service. You know what I mean? So I mean, they're doing great. Still sending us referrals, still sending us leads. You know, and when they send us the leads, we can either take them or not. Our nurses making sure we're not taking nobody with COVID at the moment. We just not gonna do it. I do see a trend. I'm hearing like some bubblings of a trend coming where they're doing COVID homes, like where homes are gonna be strictly for COVID patients, assisted living, so, or like COVID units, stuff like that. So you're just starting to see some weird stuff as people respond to the industry. So, but yeah, for the most part, the home care side, you did say something about the assisted living, the residents, but yeah, we don't see a dip at all. It's a little bit more red tape now because, you know, the state just has more requirements when you start to, you know, enter the facilities, and the way, so like if your nurse or something is going to do you know, an examination, not examination, but they're going to check on a person, see if the person could be, you know, brought in, see if we'll take them, do like the word just slipped in my mind, but you guys know what I mean when you go check on somebody before you bring them to the house. So I haven't seen any dip in that, but the home care, we seeing a spike. And another thing we seeing is prices are going up. So people are charging the COVID tax for the most part. Like you're seeing agencies, other agencies. Let me see if I can set y'all up here while I eat. I gotta hold the phone. Yeah. So I'm seeing other agencies. So the prices is going up. How I figured it out was the caregivers, as we've been getting new caregivers coming in and they're applying, I'm seeing they're asking for higher wages. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like they asking for $4 and $5 more than, you know, industry standards and what we've been paying. And so I'm like, man, who's paying this? Like, if somebody's really paying caregivers, you know, $18 an hour, $20 an hour for companion care and stuff like that. So it's just, I'm seeing trends. So we got to add the tax to the family's getting taxed. If nobody will work for the lesser rates anymore, and it's not everybody, but we definitely had to think about that when we're going into our consultations. We're getting a lot of calls right now. And we add more, we can't offer the same low rates, so we had to up the rate a little bit by like $4. And we're just explaining to the family, this it's pretty much COVID tax. It's just family. We're having a hard time finding caregivers who want to be out in the field right now. And also, if they get unemployment, what's their motivation? If they making more on unemployment than they're gonna be making working, and chances of getting COVID, it's a no-brainer. They're not coming to work. So we gotta at least pay more than unemployment plan to keep workers. And we explaining that. Like I'm like really honest and open with the clients and the families that we dealing with. So it's like very fair. The prices are always fair. Now this should be fine. All right, thanks. All right, yeah. We're charging the families. No, I just be honest with them. You know what I mean? Like, this is why the prices are increasing. Stick with us for a long term. Maybe they'll come down, or just things may change. But right now, this is what's going on. And if you want a quality caregiver to come take care of your family, who's been trained, to deal with COVID, who has proper PPE, and who's constantly being updated with the new information, because we updating our staff. As the CDC updates, there's information, we update our staff for all the latest information, so everybody is informed for the most part. So. I'm sorry, assessment. That's the word I was looking for. Assessment. Correct, Rhonda. Thank you. Yes, sir. We've been on a call or two with you. Appreciate the knowledge. No doubt, bro. Thank you for taking the time to talk. to me about the service that you offer. Oh, recently, Clarissa, I guess is that how you say your name? Clarissa? We talked recently. I promise you, I be trying to remember, but if y'all knew how many people called me from this business, from this online stuff, I can only do like 10 phone calls a day, if that. I was on the phone yesterday with somebody from somebody calling for coaching. You know, and I tried to do my 10 calls a day, and the one sister, she just needed to talk, so we was on there for about an hour. So how am I going to get off of there to make another 8 calls if I already just been on the phone call for an hour? So I know a lot of people get frustrated, but because when I call back, I mean, if I get my assistant to call back, nobody hardly want to talk to them. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, we just wait for him to call. But my assistant can help you. If you give them, if they can't answer the question, what they're going to do is just ask me, send me an email, and they're going to get the question right back. If I'm available, I'll answer the question real quick, and the assistant will get it. Or if you don't get it on that immediate phone call, you'll get a text back with your answer, or you can get an email back if you leave and text your information. I mean, you leave and text your email. Like leave your email, a voicemail, and then text your email. If you don't get us on phone the first time, text me your email. Text me your question, and I'll send you the email. And I'll try to, I'll send you some information back. If you don't get us, again, when you call, leave a detailed voicemail with your question. That's going to get a response. But if you just call and it's a missed call, nobody's calling you back. I just can't do it. It's just about 50, 75 calls on an average a day. On the crazy days, like 100 calls coming in. So you gotta leave voicemails. Awesome, Clarissa. Then now I can't see comments. So now I gotta move. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. Let's see if I can do it in the actual thing. Still see comments. If y'all seen this rinky-dink hookup I'm working with, y'all are in the condiment area, like in the bowl with all this ketchup and stuff. But I can see the comments. Where can I find more information from you from YouTube for a startup? Oh, first thing I would say, go check out the podcast. It's called the Home Care and Assisted Living Business Series podcast. It's the only podcast on it. It's funny to say this. It feels good to say this. It's the only podcast in the world, in the whole world, with the information, the free information that I give up on there. This really comes from a person who actually does the business, not just a salesperson who's reading somebody else's script or watching somebody else do it and then trying to come to the internet and sell coaching and stuff like that. When you go to the Home Care and Assisted Living Business Series podcast, the information alone is free. It should be enough. You know what I mean? But if you just need more help and you just want somebody to, support you and assist you along the way, go check out the website, AlanChaney.com. But it's more than enough information on this page. On this page, right here for free. Get all our free downloads. What else? The YouTube, same thing. Great information, free. And the podcast. Those are like the best places, Rhonda, to get the most detailed information on how, I got started, how I how I stay in business, how I dealt with hard times, how I deal with the current COVID stuff. Like all that information is either on this page or YouTube. I haven't did any podcasts in regards to COVID yet, but I just don't want to put myself out there like that without clearly, you know what I mean? Because our business has changed, like the amount of how we contact and interact with clients, caregivers, staff. Everything everything is basically virtual. but it's not like it's not a clean system, not a clean enough system for me to get on here and telling y'all to do it. So I haven't really explained it yet. But, I haven't had a time to like write it out, create an episode and all that. But I do always want to say, for the COVID, make sure you with your clients, the bare minimum, make sure your caregivers got soap. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised how much families don't even have soap in their house. Make sure your company's supplying masks to the caregivers. They got like packs now. They everywhere now when it wasn't before. Make sure you can supply that. You can go to Vistaprint now and put your logo on your mask for branding purposes. So do that if you can. Check out Vistaprint. They got the little mask logos you can put on there. The logo, you can put your company logo on there. So make sure they have their masks. Make sure they're going to, they washing their hands multiple times a day. And they socially distancing themselves. And, make sure your caregivers is taking their temperature every day before they go to work. Before they start their shift. We need a text message image with your temperature on there. They gotta send that to the office for your shift.
Doing okay?
So check your temperature. Yep.
Cool.
Great, thanks. So that's another thing you want to remember. So it's a lot of little stuff that happened since COVID, but I just don't have it all organized to where as though I could like put it in an episode. But it's coming. So Freddie, Freddie just posted a question like, he said he's ready to purchase his crib, his house, his first house, for his assisted living. He's worried about the market being too high, like buying at the top, like paying retail. And I think if I remember, you come from an real estate investment background, or you had something. If I remember your name correctly, and if you have that mindset, I used to do real estate as well. So when you come in with that real estate mindset of, I have to have a deal, I have to find a great real estate deal to do this business, to start assisted living. That's not the case. That's a total different business model. When you're thinking about flipping a house, wholesaling, rehab, and flip it, that's one thing. You need to get a great price so you can sell it at retail. But when you're looking at assisted living, it's not that. The model is different. The business model is different. So I don't need to have the price. I don't have to have a cheap house that I got to do $50,000 worth of construction to get it to a point where I can sell it. I could use a traditional mortgage, and even if you about to use traditional money, like a FHA or something like that, you can use that for assisted living. You can't use that for no other investment property. But anyway, the property doesn't have to have. It doesn't have to be like super cheap. You want a property that fits your criteria, and that you have to do the least maintenance to get it up and ready for licensing. So as long as you buy the right property, it's going to make sense. If you buy it in the right area. So the most important thing to think about is location, and that's the style. The style. You want to just make sure you try to do your best. A lot of times it's not possible depending on where areas you in, but you want to make sure you all rooms on the same floor, and then also all rooms on the same floor, and then like living quarters for staff, and at least at the very bare minimum 4 bedrooms to make it make sense. But again, you don't need the and to take, I suggest moving into it or renting it out. If you have somewhere else you're already living, and you can't just move, like if you're not renting, move into it, and then instead, so you're not paying those double, rent and mortgage. You're paying that and fixing it up while you're in there. to fit the preparing it for the survey when the state comes out and approves it. So, give you the license. So it doesn't have to be a great deal. Damn, who the hell's calling me like that? How's this system? Lena said, how much money do I need to start up? I wish I could answer that question for you. I don't got enough information. I don't know where you at, what your law your state requirements are. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that I need, a lot more information I would need to give you like a solid answer. So, Atlanta. What are you trying to do in Atlanta, Lena? Home care or assisted living? I don't need this stuff. At least I'm honest about it. Florida. So you're not saying what y'all trying to do? Is y'all just trying to if you can afford to buy for assisted living, buy. But if you can't, lease until you can buy. And another thing about that, a lot of people don't understand how they don't even realize that they can probably purchase. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Why it's important to still be working right now. The interest rates are like the mortgage interest rates is like 2%. They like the lowest they ever been since like 2008. So you're gonna get a great deal on the mortgage. And the industry is just white hot right now. So it's like you're gonna get you can find it's some good properties out here for sale. And you probably don't even realize that you can get a property. A lot of people don't. They look at if you never seen nobody in your family buy a house, or you don't know nobody who own a house, and all you've ever done is rented your whole time, your whole life, and your family rented. Everybody was like renters. Buying a house can be intimidating. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't inquire about how to do it because they feel like, nobody want to look like they don't know. So nobody really asks. It's ask. And once you find out, you'll be surprised that, once you ask and find out, you'll be surprised that it's a lot simpler to get a property than you think. It's a lot simpler for somebody, just working a job to get a property, to buy it. If you've been at your job for 3 years, your credit, if you got credit over 6, you can get a house. You know what I mean? You just got to come up with a down payment. In most states, I'm sure. When you got like a clear work history for like the last 3 years, and check stubs from like the last 3 months, you get a mortgage. Freddie said they had the lowest in history. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. I know it's time to buy. And then this is another strategy that you can implement. If you know somebody who might have good credit, and they could probably purchase a home, that's where you joint venture, partner up. You got the assisted living, you bring in the assisted living knowledge, specialized knowledge of how to start assisted living. They got the credit. Y'all come together, do that first one together. Then y'all keep it rolling. Once you get that up and running, you do another one on your own or with them, or you know what I mean. But that's how you can get started as well. Because there's a lot of people out here who have the information like me, who know shit. But then there's a lot of people out here who got the money, don't know shit. They just been working, saving and got good credit, good income. But they don't really have no good place to invest their money outside of like traditional retirement plans and mutual funds, just all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Where you can offer them an opportunity to invest their money into a solid piece of real estate. Y'all can own the real estate and y'all can own the business. And it's a lucrative business. This lasts forever. It can last. Assisted living lasts. It's a lifetime business for me, from my understanding, how I look at it. Because guess what? I'm going to own it. And then when I get old, I can't walk no more. I'm going to move into it. So that's my retirement plan. And then my caregivers, if I was nice to them, obviously they'll take care of me until I'm old and crazy. And I'm no burden on my kids. And actually the kids take care of it. And if they like me and I got dementia, they make sure I'm good. Or if they don't, they're going to be giving me cold showers. But assisted living is a great retirement plan. And the goal should be by acquire 1 or 2 a year. You acquire 1 or 2 a year for 10 years, that's 20 cribs. 20 assisted living. Then it compound. So once you got like 3 or 4, you could just snatch all the equity out or buy another 2 or 3. You know what I mean? But what I'm looking for now, me personally, what I'm looking for now is what they call turnkey facilities, where I'm just buying them straight from owners, because people running out, they running from the business. I'm still young. I'm not going nowhere. So I'm trying to like get deals on people who like want to sell the business and sell the house. You know what I mean? And we've been putting in some offers. I done got a couple people that's like, yeah, I don't want to, I did this for 20 years, 30 years. You know, I'm ready to go. This COVID shit is the sign that I need to, you know, it's over for me. And they probably made a good life. I'm sure they did. You know, if you have, you know, that kind of cash flow, you know what I mean? If you're just making an extra $50,000 a year or $30,000 a year, just let's say conservative, $30,000 a year on your property, that's profit. That's after all the expenses. You're just making $30,000 a year. Like look how that increases your lifestyle. How much you can use to invest into other opportunities, you know, similar opportunities. Fix your credit, stuff like that, to get bigger places and, you know, more facilities, or grow your home care service simultaneously. So for me, one helps the other. Somebody sent that crazy looking emoji. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what the hell I said. Oh, no doubt. And I do as much as I can within my, you know, bandwidth to make sure I'm giving y'all as much good information, real time, actionable information. You can get off of this. You can get off of you can watch all my videos and go be a millionaire. And I mean, it's not even like no fake shit. Like, you could really watch my videos and then like 18, 24 months, you'll be positioned to be a millionaire. If that's what you want to be. You don't need a million. You know, make 40, 50 a month. You know, that's a half a million a month. I mean, a year, and be good with that. We all got different standards. And if you ain't doing home care right now, you might get left behind. Cause I mean, the way we getting, my phone is off the chain. You know what I mean? Like our just like home care, not even assisted living. Like when we send a caregiver, like now we just on caregivers super hard. Like we're really trying to get caregivers super duper hard right now. Cause we got a lot of and we getting a lot of live-ins. That's my favorite. That's the easiest money. Cause once you match a live-in with a family and that family, you make a little marriage. That's a consistent bag every week. Or I usually like to do, it depends what the family want to do. They can pay bi-weekly or monthly. You know what I mean? And them live-in checks be fat. So, and it's just a great time to start because a lot of people need it, and they have to go back to work, but they don't want to send their family back. They don't want to send their family to no facility, and who can blame them? Bro, I'm serious. Been looking for the info. Put your contact info in the comments. DeMarco Davis. What you need, DeMarco? What you need? What type of info you need, brother? I think he might be talking to somebody else in the chat. But yeah, it's a lot of opportunities out here. Some of the things I would suggest y'all looking out for is just basically just staying safe personally. You know, staying safe personally and staying mentally stable in this crazy environment. Like, I've been finding myself like, why am I so stressed out? You know what I mean? Like, why am I stressed out? And it's all this COVID shit. You know what I mean? Can't do nothing. Like my usual outlets. You know, I like to travel and, you know, take little trips and shit. Can't do nothing. So the releases were working before. You got to find new ones so you can get that rest and recovery. Because we all need to rest and recover. No matter what job we on, you know, our regular jobs, you know, starting a business, especially if you're working a job and trying to start a business, you know what I mean? You definitely need to be getting a lot of rest, a lot of recovery, and a lot of recreation, like a lot of laughing, a lot of smiling, a lot of good people around you who bring you great energy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be around energizing people who like to smile. Even if you don't like to smile, you need to be around people who like to smile. So that shit can, you know, keep your spirit. You know what I mean? So oh no, he said he talking to me. Yeah, the website, bro, is allenchain.com. I don't know the phone number by heart. It's on this page, and then the email is on this page. achomcarecoaching@gmail.com. That's the information. But yeah, you can hit us right here on this page, man, with a instant, you know, a direct message, and we'll answer all your questions and get you what you need, man, and help you get started. She said I had to walk away. Rhonda said she had to walk away. Did you answer a question about HOA? Oh, I didn't even see no question about HOAs. Let me go back here. Did I miss question? Oh, there you go. I'm sorry, Rhonda. I didn't see that. Oh yeah, Rhonda said she about to refinance. That's dope. Did you run into problems? Yeah, that's a great question about HOA. Avoid them at all costs. I don't deal with HOAs if I don't have to. I like to buy in older communities, not these new developments, if possible. Just because the HOA can do things and it's overstep, you know. Oh yeah, she said when you're old and crazy. Yeah, I'm old and crazy now, for real. I just ain't got dementia. She said, bro, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Check his website. Yeah, so I answered your question about that. How to get a Georgia license? What you talking about, a home care license or a assisted living? We can help you with both. So, but you just go to the website, the state website. Georgia's information is on the website. It's not extremely hard, but if you want some help, we can help you. We do Georgia all the time. Everybody posts where they from in the chat, so I can see if I can, you know, give you some information about where you from. Hey Felicia, how you doing? I'm done with that. Ohio didn't even got no license. And they assisted living. Let me tell you something about Ohio. Cost of living cheap out there. I mean, depending where you at. Most places. You go to like Beechwood, Avon, something like that, Sheffield Lake, North Ridgeville, and get a house. I'm gonna tell you, Ohio don't even have no law. They don't even have. The funny thing about Ohio with assisted living, all you have to do is be 18, and you can have assisted living. Not Medicaid, but I'm just saying like to get private residence. 18 with some healthcare experience. I couldn't believe it when I read it. And they pay $2,000 a month. That's good money in Ohio. Pennsylvania is super easy. We working on some couple projects in Pennsylvania and Cranberry. My partner, I got a partner in Cranberry. I don't know how he ended up in Cranberry, but Cranberry, Pennsylvania. And that's a nice little city too. It's like in this little mountainous valley, but it's a pretty cool space. And it's seniors, and it's like a little wealth center. It's like they got money over there. I don't know what the industry is, but maybe it got something to do with the coal mines and stuff like that over there. But PA got it. Is another city. I mean, another state that we are very familiar with. So, Houston, Dallas. I mean, Tallahassee, Florida. Yeah, Florida is not that complicated. Texas is a little more tricky. I ain't gonna lie, but we can get it done. It's just gonna take. It's just some of the states are easier and aren't as time consuming. And then some states are damn near impossible and very time consuming. And the reason usually is because there's a. This is my theory that in the states where you can make an extreme amount of money in home care, and I mean this might be for all licensed industries, assisted living. They make the and people, because you can make all that money. I feel like the business owners lobby the people who are already in the business. They lobby the state to make the regulations and licensing process extremely difficult for the layman person, people who aren't like have the so let me explain it. A friend of mine named Gary, he moved to California and Harvard grad, and he was like, bro, Cali's, if I didn't have the education that I had, and he still asked for help. And then it's a Harvard grad. He's like, bro, if I didn't have the education that I had, I wouldn't be able to complete this process. You know what I mean? Like, I can only take me at this point. I was just getting into like coaching in Cali, and I'm like, bro, I can only take you so far in the licensing process because I was still trying to figure it out. But he had figured it out. We had figured it out together. But he had put the most effort in, obviously, because it was his company, and it was just certain aspects of it that California wanted. That this, what it is, it's a glass ceiling, man. They just trying to keep you out of the shit. You feel me? They trying to keep us out of it. So we making it clear, and that's why I'm here, to make sure we got access. You feel me? So we went through that. We went through that problem, so you don't got to. But that's what I be thinking in like some of the states where it's most difficult. Like another state where you can make a sick amount of money in home care is Minnesota. stupid. What they pay out there for home care is ridiculous. You wouldn't believe it. Like 30, 40 hours an hour, shit like that. Is it like meds homes or waiver homes? They don't have. They use the term assisted living in Ohio, so it's just assisted living. But I'm not talking about the waiver program or any Medicaid or anything like that. I'm just talking about the state license. Not getting the Medicaid approved and all that's probably a whole nother process. So, is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath big enough for an assisted living? The criteria that you want to kind of stick to. I mean, you got to work with what you got, and you just get as many as you can in what you have. But the criteria I try to stick to, or what most states require is at least 120 square feet. No, 140 square feet for semi-private. So if you got a room that you're trying to put 2 people in, that's 140 square foot. I think 120 to 140 minimum, depending on what your state say, and then 80 square foot for a single resident. So so once you say you got a 3-2, if you got a 3-2, that's probably 5 residents. If you can get that 5th resident, and if one of those could be a semi-private, and most of the time you can take the master bedroom of any property. It's usually more than 120, 140. It's usually over 120, and you can get those 2 residents in there and get that 5th resident, and you can charge semi-private for that one particular room, and the other 2 rooms would be private. And but I wouldn't, even if I could fit more than, so if I had 2 rooms that were over 120 in a 3-bedroom, and I could fit 2 semi-privates, I wouldn't do it because the house too small. You feel what I mean? I would just stick to the 5 instead of trying to go to the 6. Hold up. No, the 4 instead of trying to go to the 5. Because if it's 3 bedrooms, you got 1 room with 2 people in it and 2 other rooms with 1 person in it. Which ain't bad. And if you think about staffing it, that shit gonna be super easy. So hopefully that helps. And if you got a basement or like a smaller, sometimes you be having like that little room in the very top of the house, like the little in-law suite or like the little attic area, or like a basement. That's where you want to keep your staff at, your live-in, because you always want to have a live-in at your assisted living. At least one. Can apartments be used as assisted living home? In some states. Or you can move people in with you in your own house, in your family, if you got the right. So you can just be like, I just want 1 person. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think that, but you can be like, you could go to the state, like I can go to the state of Maryland right now and be like, oh, I want to turn this 1 room in my house into assisted living, area, space for 1 resident, for a level 1, 2, or 3 resident. And they'll come out there and they'll just license that 1 room. And you'll just be licensed for that 1 room, for that 1 resident. Yeah, I know no basements in Florida, yeah, so it's different. But I mean, you could just set something up in the living room for real, like a nice little comfortable air mattress or a fold-out bed. You see what I mean? And they just had their stuff somewhere, and you could do 5 days. You could split it up to live in. You could do 5 and 2 if she don't want to stay there, like permanently, and have somebody relieve her on the weekends. So if you ain't got like no real living space. So they might want to keep another apartment somewhere, or keep their stuff somewhere. You don't want to move their stuff in. A provider number, yeah. If you're gonna be a provider, If you trying to get clients from the state or Medicare, veterans and stuff like that, but all I do is private pay. I just don't want to deal with the government. I just want to deal with the state and the government as little as possible. I don't like them lurking around with like Medicaid. I just feel like it's too intrusive. I get it, and it's not even worth it. On top of that, because they don't pay nothing. I mean, here, and that varies. Like, everything is relative to where you at. You know what I mean? So I make a lot of statements, and I try not to be blanket with it. Like, I don't want to say like, oh, this is a blanket statement across the whole country for the entire industry. That because it's not true. Because it's in Pennsylvania, I think they pay like $20 an hour for home care, so or something like that, home health care. So it just depends on where you at, and you have to understand the market that your particular marketplace to make the decisions. So any more questions? You're welcome. Has anybody been doing anything to get? Have you been doing anything? Have any of you guys been doing anything to get your business up? Or if you're already up, what are some of the things you've been able to do, or you have been doing to, find clients and keep your business going? If you have your company up and running, or if you don't, what have you been doing to get it up and running? That's the question that I have right now for you guys. Okay, that's cool. Somebody said they're gonna check out the website. Amani. Okay, bro. You said you're gonna call me when we got off the live. Yeah, I'm probably about to jump off here. It seemed like we answered all the questions for now. I'ma jump off here. Check out the website, AlanChaney.com. We got a discount code, 40 feels good. Use that to access the discounts. Got a new product coming soon, the 18-month $1 million blueprint. It's going to be an online training. I can't wait to drop it. Can't wait till you see it. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be, if you're familiar with the previous virtual business coaching that we dropped about 5 years ago, it's just like an updated version of, me telling you guys where I'm at, how I've, been able to grow and stay in this business for so long, and continually to expand my company, and the ups and downs, the mistakes, and all that stuff. Made a lot of mistakes. You're not winning if you ain't making mistakes. Yes, I have up and running Medicaid provider, homemaker, companion provider. Just need clients for homemaker and companion. All right now, Felicia, I hear that. I wish I could give you a thumbs up for that. Well, I can't. I'm talking about a emoji thumb up when I give you a real one. Yeah. So that's really dope. I'm excited to hear that. I suggest you go to the podcast, Home Care and Assisted Living Business Series podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts. It's on like all the top podcast services, and check it out. And go to the Meaningful Relationship Development one, and start implementing some of those strategies. All the ones that you can do from the no contact ones, and you'll be surprised what you can come up with. A lot of people are running, they retreating when you should be advancing. When everybody's retreating, that's when you advance. You feel me? So that's what Warren Buffett been doing for 50 years and making billions of dollars doing it. When everybody's running, he's advancing. Everybody running from the home care. Nobody's really pushing no marketing. Nobody's really trying to develop relationships because everybody panicking. Now you go. You know what I mean? You go in there with your material. We ready. We here to confront COVID. We trained. We're excited. We enthusiastic about, saving lives, keeping people comfortable, taking care of these families, loved ones, man, for an affordable rate. And that's what we do. And, it's just getting that message out there. Your messaging has to be constantly pushed in the community, in your direct marketplace, in your community, in the senior community, in your market. So now is not the time to retreat. It's stuff you could be doing online. It's all kinds of shit you could be doing online, on social, to develop leads and networks and referral sources. There is like LinkedIn. All kind of shit you could be doing on LinkedIn. There's all kind of shit you could be doing. It's like so much shit you could do on LinkedIn. It's like I could do a whole podcast on just LinkedIn. It's based on like, the professionals in different organizations in your community that you can start communicating with, who are decision makers as far as sending you referrals. For all different kind of you do coming down the wrong way. All different things you could do. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But LinkedIn is dope, and from all different from all type of different organizations. So they could be working with assisted livings. They could be like the case manager. Like you could search this stuff, case manager in Memphis. You see what I'm saying? Case managers in Memphis, or social workers in Memphis, nurse practitioners in Memphis, geriatric doctors in Memphis. You feel me? Like different things. Assisted living facilities in Memphis. Like you can search all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I could take another water and another
crush?
Yeah, another crush. Yeah. So it's not a time to retreat. It's time to advance. Don't retreat. Don't run from this shit. It's a lot of opportunities out there right now because everybody's scared. Everybody's unorganized. Not many people are focused. So you come in and win. Why it's like that? Take advantage of the environment. So, if y'all don't have any more questions, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for this lunchtime Q&A, and feel good. It always feels good to connect back with you guys. Get some good feedback, answer some questions, and hopefully help y'all out the best way I can. Feel free to go check out the podcast. Share it on your page. Share it. Write a review. Like if you want, like write a review. Go to the podcast and write a review on the Apple podcast. That'd be helpful for me. If you say you appreciate the information, help me out. Share it on your page. If you feel like you don't want all your people all in your business, don't share it. I get it. Like I wouldn't. Certain things I don't share because I just don't want everybody in my business like that, and I get that. So, but you can at least write a review. I appreciate that. Anything to just keep the page active. Invite some friends to the groups, stuff like that. So I'm gonna get out of here, finish my lunch, make a couple more calls, and that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll be tapping back in with you guys later. Peace.